You can pick a bunch of different sizes for your kettlebell. We have a 15-pounder here. Feet are slightly wider than shoulder length. Toes pointed slightly outward. From this position, your arms are firmly gripped on the kettlebell, and your arms are just going to act as lever. So you're not using the arm movement to move the weight. You're letting your lower body move the weight for you. You're just going with the flow of your lower body. So keep your back straight throughout the movement. You're going to swing up, go back down, fire it up. When you go down with the kettlebell should be even with your hips, the back swing. And really fire it up using explosive hips. So your hips should be really exploding right here as hard as you can. You'll know if you're doing it wrong, if you're feeling it burning your shoulders too much. Great job. It's great for developing explosive hip power, and it's also great for cardio. You're doing a single leg squat, which is good for balance, developing single leg power, coordination. When you first start, the foot that's doing the work is going to be next to the pole, so your toes are on the pole. This allows your knee never to cross over your toes, so it gives you a good order. Your off leg is straight out in front of you. So in the start position, you have your hands on the pole, you're walking down, keeping your back straight, going down so your thighs parallel with the floor, and then on the way up, instead of pulling up with your arms, you slide up and really push with your glutes. Donna's going to show an example here. Walk down with your hands, back straight, push up with your glutes, and go back down. Off leg is straight, never touches the floor. Walks down with your hands, pushing up with your glutes. It's a great lower body exercise. Do 10 to 12 on each side, and then switch. Once this becomes too easy, the next step is to add into the band to the equation. Donna will show. Step into the band with your foot. Just doing the work. Bring it across your body. This is going to add resistance going up, as well as resistance pulling you down at the same time. Same positioning, back straight, leg parallel to the floor, push up with your glutes on the up part. Excellent posture, head up throughout the movement, leg is straight out in front of her. Alright, this is Bulgarian squats. Once again, it's a single leg movement, but with almost like a split stance. So you're going to hold dumbbells to the side, step out in front, and the leg that's going to be working is the leg in front. Put your other leg in back, toes on the bench, posture up, chest out, back straight. You're going to bend down. When you're bending down, you want to make sure your knees never crossing over your toes. If it is, you need to sit back and with your back leg more, or bring your toes out further. Posture is great. The great thing about this exercise is that at the same time working one single leg, you're also getting a great hip flexor stretch with the other side. So good posture throughout the movement. You want to go down just before your knee touches the floor and then come back up. And try to make, once again, the leg that's working parallel to the floor. Great job. Squeeze up. Excellent. Do 12, then you want to switch to the other side. This is the single leg deadlift. We're going to be doing it on a single leg. You can hold medicine balls, you can hold free weights, dumbbells off to the side. If you don't have that balance yet, you just use nothing and use your hands. The posture at the beginning, keep your back straight. As soon as you start bending down with your back straight, start bending the leg that's working so you can touch the floor faster. Come up, don't let that floor touch. Make sure you're bending. Make sure you're bending this knee, touch the floor, come back up. The other off foot never touches. Great posture. Good job. Do 12 and then switch to the other. You hold the kettlebell in one hand, and I like to use a marker. So this will be the starting marker. So you keep your feet even on both sides each time you alternate. So to start off, take a back step, and you pass the kettlebell through the legs to the other hand, come up, and then you switch legs. Pass the kettlebell to the other hand, knees up. Just keep this going. Make sure your posture is upright. You're not hunched over with your lower back. So you're postured up, chest up, head upright. Reaching back as far as you can with your off leg, squeezing up to the upright position. Called the Roman chair. They're in a lot of gyms. They're easily adjustable for your size. You always want to have it on a lower setting. This way you can get hip flexibility in there, good hip range of motion. Before you start, make sure your feet are all the way on the back of the padding and that they're even on both sides. So if you take a look before you start, make sure they're even. Good. Everything looks right. You can do this without weight, or you can do it with weight. Once again, your back stays perfectly straight throughout the movement. You only go down as far as you can before your back starts to round. So don't go beyond that point. Back up. When you come up and you're squeezing your erectors along your spine, your glutes, and your hamstrings all in one motion. So you're coming up just to where your body's in a straight line, and don't over hyperextend. Just go where your body's in a straight line, squeeze, go back down. This is great for developing lower body power and also lower back strength. You can also hold the weight at your chest. And you come up, squeeze, back down. Great for developing your quads and really have protecting your knee. This is a unilateral machine, which allows each leg to move individually. Some gyms have just one bar where they both move at the same time. Once again, adjust it to your size, throw on your weight. Once you start with the movement. You want to go up, slow and control, go up as high as you can, and go back down. Before you go back down to 90 degrees, come back up. The deeper you go on these machines, the leg extensions, the deeper you go, the more torque it's going to put on your knees, which is really bad for them. So you're going to come up, squeeze at the top, come back down. Come to the top, squeeze, come back down. The single leg calf raise. You can improvise a lot of times if you don't have a calf machine. So before you start, you're going to get your ankle all the way down almost to the floor. Make sure your knee you're working out is bent. Bring this other knee up a little bit, out of the way. And feel it stretch at the bottom, push up at the top. Make sure you get good ankle range of motion. So you're getting the stretch at the bottom, going up as high as you can. About 10 to 12 each leg. Once it gets too easy, you could advance to the next step. Maybe holding a dumbbell on the side you're working out. Hold for balance. Feel the stretch from all the way up at the top. You can be really intimidated by chin-ups if you can't do one. But for example, we're going to show you if you can't do one, just starting to even try to get them going will be the starting point. So if you can do one, you're going to do as many as you can and try to build from there. If you can't do one, you're going to start as far as you can go, and that'll be your starting point. If you have access to them, they also have assisted chin-up and pull-up machines as well, where you can assist them with certain weights. This will be an unassisted pull-up. She's going to do one attempt for us. So that would be her starting point. Now I'll show you assisted manually. Cross your legs over, hold so. She goes up, down. Great upper body workout. And once she tells me she's tired, we'll stop. This is a Swiss ball, and we're going to do cable Swiss ball crunches. I've attached a rope on the Swiss ball. So before you start, you're going to make sure your butt is not on the ball, your lower back is on the ball. Your legs are at a 90-degree angle. And you're going to stretch back. Have somebody assist you. Grab the handles. The handles you're going to place on your ears. So you're going to feel this stretch, and then you're going to crunch up. You're only crunching to the point where you feel your abdominals crunch. You don't want to crunch past the point where you put the tension on your hip flexors. This is a suspension trainer. They're dual, so there are two handles. We're going to do some ab workouts with them. The first one we're going to do are ab fallouts, or aka Superwoman fallouts. Your legs are going to be straight when you start. Your arms are going to keep straight. And you're going to stretch and reach out as far as you can. And then bring it back in. Your legs straight, bringing your hips back up. So you're stretching your abs, and then you're contracting them, and you pull back in. Stretch. And this is great for your abdominals and your core strength. And once it gets too easy, and you need more of a challenge, you can increase the intensity by moving your feet back further and stretching out and pulling it back in. One we're going to do with the flat straps is we're doing pikes. So you're going to get up in a push-up stance, have somebody assist you, put your feet in the straps. Once your feet are in, they're locked. You're going to start in the push-up position. Always make sure you tuck in your shirt. And you're going to keep your legs straight, arms straight, and hips straight up in the air. You really focus each time you pull up with your lower abs. These are great for developing your lower body, especially your core strength. You want to do 12 to 15. Mountain climbers. Once again, put your feet in the straps. Once your feet are in the straps, assume the push-up position. Now you're going to move your knees individually up for 20 reps. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take a quick break. Advance your hands. So hold hand length up. Rest 5 seconds. And do another 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Your rest. Move your hand length, another hand length up. And once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And this is a dumbbell press on a Swiss ball. Make sure your glutes are not on the ball, but your lower back is. Your feet are evenly placed on the ground. You got dumbbells in each hand. And you're going to press up. And go back down, feel the stretch in your chest, squeeze at the top. Excellent form. The inverted row. Use a Smith machine or a squat rack. Start from the floor, hands spread shoulder length apart, feet together, and you're simply going to pull so the bar hits the upper abs. Squeezing your shoulder blades together on the top side. Squeeze them together. Excellent form. Make sure you're not jerking your head when you're pulling forward, but your head staying nice and even with your spine. You have dumbbells in each hand. Make sure your feet are shoulder length apart. So once they're shoulder length apart, knees are slightly bent, holding them to the side and rotating them up to up position. Make sure you're going all the way down and restarting located on the side. Excellent. Back up, back down. Make sure you squeeze at the top and get that full stretch at the bottom. You're going to start with the dumbbells placed on top of your thighs. And from this position, you're going to go straight out to the side. And make sure you're not raising the dumbbells above your shoulders. So just below your shoulder level. And then restarting on your thighs each time. Back out. You'll know if you're doing it wrong if you start to feel it burning your traps. That just means go lower, don't go higher at that point. This way we're just isolating the outside part of the shoulder. So with one dumbbell, you're going to hold the dumbbell above your head. With the other hand, you're holding your elbow in place. And you start, and we go down to 90 degrees, and come back up to full extension. Down to 90 degrees with your arm, and up, full squeeze for your triceps. 90 degrees, and up. Do about 12 and then switch.